I don't know the case. I don't know how I interpret it. I need to read the whole
Okay.
thing.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the
biologist.
meaning of the word woman.
Now, that was disastrous. I mean, disastrous. Like, you can easily define what a woman is, especially you got Title IX, you got all these issues, you got, the level of scrutiny, discrimination cases where someone says, I'm being discriminated against because I'm a woman, right? So you got to know, well, what the hell's a woman in that context, right? So it just shows you, even judges play political games. But we're going to go to the New York Post because the New York Post is saying that these young women, their lawsuit has been thrown out because a judge refuses to define what a woman is. Judge rejects sorority sisters' lawsuit blocking trans women from joining. The court will not define a quote woman. That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we gotta see what this is. So they got this little clip here. Let me blow this up so we can play this clip. See what the clip is about.
All of the bathrooms are shared spaces. There are about 3, 4 if you count the guest bathroom. And they are shared spaces. There are no private changing areas for when you shower. There are no locks on the showers. And it's very open and vulnerable.
Oh my goodness. And this person's moving into the sorority house next year?
What's interesting about that, Megan, is that there has been an exemption granted for him, for his safety, but not for these young women.
Okay. So these are the sorority sisters that are suing to get this transgender person kicked out of their campus housing. Now, obviously, the devil's in the details. Let's see what the hell's going on. The judge dismissed a lawsuit filed by University of Wyoming sorority sisters to block a transgender woman from joining their chapter, despite allegations the student was a sexual predator who got physically aroused around them. But that, okay, just so everybody understands, just because you allege something in a lawsuit doesn't make it true. You have to prove that. So, even though they said this happened, I'm not saying it didn't. I'm not saying it did. It's just that means nothing, right? Amber Heard made allegations against Johnny Depp in their lawsuit, right? That doesn't mean it's true. That's why they call them allegations. Wyoming U.S. District Court Judge Alan Johnson tossed the suit filed by 6 members of Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority chapter because the organization's bylaws does not define what a woman is. That's interesting because the first thing I think about is that it doesn't, if every single word in the bylaws has to be defined, because a woman is a common word. We already know, you got a XX chromosome, right? You're a woman. So I don't know. I'm going to have to read this lawsuit because that doesn't make any sense just because the bylaws didn't define what a woman is. A federal court could not interfere with the sorority chapter's freedom of association by ruling against its vote to induct Artemis Langford, I'm assuming that's a transgender person, in September 2012, Johnson ruled Friday. Oh, okay. Now, see, so that's the real story here. This woke sorority voted to induct this trans person into the sorority, this biological male. All right, so let's get the story straight here. I'm in a fraternity. I know how it works. So this person was a pledged this sorority as a biological male or transgender person. Then at the end of that time frame, they voted to allow this person to join, to become a member of the sorority. Then they went to court saying, we don't want this person to be part of the sorority. If that's the case, this judge is correct. You can't now ask the judge to renege on a deal that you said you was good with. So these sorority sisters said, we good with the deal. We want this person to join. And now they're trying to renege on that. It don't work that way. If you voted the person in, the person's in. And that's why the judge said, I can't interfere with your freedom of association. You said the person's good. You let the person in. And now they're trying to make the judge seem like the bad guy. No, they're the idiots. With its inquiry beginning and ending there, the court will not define a woman today, the judge wrote. And the judge is right. I'm not going to define what a woman is. You voted to let this person in. That doesn't even matter, right? Based on your bylaws, you said, we're going to vote this person in. We want to associate with this person, right? The person got in, and now you want the judge to say, okay, you're not a woman, so you're not. That's not the judge's job. That was your job. The University of Wilmington chapter voted to admit, and more broadly, a sorority of hundreds of thousands approved Langford. That's what the judge said. He continued. So yeah. Matter of fact, let me look at their website. So here's the website. Kappa Gamma. So here's the website. Let's look at that. Let's look at this is their trans inclusion policy. Let's see. Kappa Gamma Gamma. Guide for supporting our LGBTQIA plus members, right? So here it is, membership selection. So now this is what the judge read. So we're going to read it. I want you to be the judge. You to be the judge. Kappa Kappa Gamma is a single gender organization comprised of women and, quote, individuals who identify as women, whose governing documents do not discriminate in membership selection except by requiring good scholarship and... What's their argument here? Why are they talking about Megyn Kelly? Their internal documents. This is their stuff. This is their stuff. What the hell, bro? The judge is right. The judge is right. They even how to be an ally. They even have it all here. And now, so they vote to let the person in, to say, we want this man, this biological man to be a part of our chapter. We voting him in. They have this policy saying, hey, we're going to, even if you identify as a woman, we're letting you in. And then the person gets in and they're saying, well, you see, we really didn't mean it. We want the judge to say only women can be part of the sorority. Judge is like, I can't do that. Not when your own documents say that's not the case. I'm not going to define a woman for you. You should have did that yourself. But here, in your documents on your website, and individuals who identify as a woman, that means men. That means men. That's what the judge says. That means a man too, right? People who women don't have to identify as women. They are women. It's the men who want to be women. Those are the people who have to identify as women. Yeah. They made me think the judge was crazy. That's why I played the clip of Judge Jackson, because that was crazy. But this judge is correct. I don't care what anybody's telling you. Megyn Kelly, all of them, they are wrong. This judge is correct. They voted this person in. The delegate of a private volunteer organization interpreted woman, otherwise undefined in nonprofit bylaws, expansively. This judge may not violate Kappa Kappa Gamma's freedom of expressive association and inject the circumscribed definition plaintiffs urge. Yes, the judge is right. The judge is right. You voted a person in, your bylaws and everything says, if you identify as a woman, somebody says, I identify as a woman, joins the front. Now, I want the judge to throw them out. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. Those are your rules. Your rules. Rachel Burkness, Langford's attorney, welcomed the court's ruling and dismissed the allegations that her client, 6'2", 260-pound trans student, was a sexual predator. Of course you dismiss those, like, what are you talking about? They're just saying that just to get the lawsuit, the sympathy for the lawsuit. The allegations against Miss Langford, should never have made it into the legal filing. Yes, but, that's, it's crazy. Berkness said in an email to the Associated Press, here's the judge. They got the judge. The judge is right, though. The judge is right. The judge should not hang his head with this. This was not define what a woman is. This was, you said you would let in men, and now a man got in. Now all of a sudden you want to change it too. No, it's on you. You kick him out. The sorority got the right to say we don't want this person in here. They have that right. Sorority can say, hey, we're going to kick this person out, right? Let them do it. Judge is not going to give them an out that way. The allegations against Ms. Langford should never be made in a file. Langberg said, yeah, to an email to she. Oh, they literally put that sentence twice, huh? Yeah. New York Post, you getting sloppy. They are nothing more than cruel rumors that mirror exactly the type of rumors used to vilify and dehumanize members of the LGBTQIA plus community for generations. Damn, that's a lot of letters. And they are baseless, Burke is in the email. Yeah, if I was this trans person, I would be looking to sue too. I'd be looking to sue like, yo, you guys have just made this stuff up. The case at Wyoming's only 4-year public university garnered national attention as schools and colleges grapple with how to handle transgender athletes. But I gotta be fair. Like, don't get me wrong. Women should compete with women, men, and, then there's an open category. Men, anybody can compete with the men. Women should compete with women. I'm all for that. But in this case, now reading the details, the judge is right. I'm not gonna give you an out. You said anyone who identifies as a woman can join. That means men. That's what that means to me. Now you want me to say only women? No. Change your bylaws. Kick the person out. That's your responsibility. Now you're gonna come to court and ask me to kick her out? No. You voted to let this guy in. Are you crazy? No. 6 members of the university Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority filed a lawsuit in March against the National Sorority Organization. Its National Council President and Langford, who joined their chapter in 2022. But now it's the local chapter who voted to let this person in. The local chapter said we want this person to be in. National said, okay. The national organization said, okay, we approve it. Good. Now they still want to kick the person out. Why? Because they're a man. The rules said you can let in a man. I don't get it. Yeah, this should have been thrown out. This should have been thrown out. The judge is right. The judge is totally right. The sorority members are seeking to have a judge void Langford's Kappa Kappa Gamma membership and award unspecified damages. But that's not going to happen. The person didn't do anything wrong. They followed the rules. I'm sorry. If you go woke, this is what happens. They went woke. They wanted to be, oh, we want to let anybody in. Even if you identify as a woman, somebody came, followed the rules, identified as a woman, and now they said we want to kick them out. No. Change your bylaws. That's your fault. Carrie Kitterell Poole, the executive director of the sorority, told the Associated Press in May that the lawsuit contains numerous false allegations without specifying them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All these beautiful young women, but you know what they should have just said? You know what they should have did? They should have said this is a female-only sorority. All that, we're going to let, if you identify as, we're going to let you in. Now they're suffering with that. So, you know, they want to, that's what they wanted to do. Maybe people got to start looking at the sororities they do. Do you guys let in men? Okay, no, I'm not going to join that. She added that Kappa Kappa Gamma, which has over 250,000 members in 140 chapters across the United States and Canada, does not discriminate against gender identity. We let men in, period. What's the judge going to do? The lawsuit alleged that members felt uneasy around Langford. So what? It says let men in. You let them in. Identified under the male pseudonym Terry Smith in the suit, with one member allegedly witnessing Langford get physically aroused. Miss Smith has, while watching members enter the sorority house, had an erection visible through his leggings. Yeah, that's pretty rough to see. The suit claimed. Other times, he had a pillow on his lap, but having a pillow on your lap doesn't mean anything. Put a pillow on your lap, that just means you got they're going crazy now. Berkness insisted these claims were nothing more than a drunken rumor following the suit's dismissal. The 6 sorority members told Megyn Kelly on her podcast that they live in constant fear in our homes with Langford present, and that the trans student would stare at women without talking for hours. It is seriously an only female space. It is different than living in the dorms, for instance, where men and women can commingle on the floors. That is not the case in the sorority house. We share a couple of main bathrooms on the upstairs floor. A member not identified by name told Kelly. Casey Craven, an attorney representing the sorority sisters, said her client agrees with the ruling, and more importantly, the sorority chapter lacks proper definition of who should be classified as a woman. No. Stop the bullshit. It says right here, member selection. Here it is, just so you can see. This is Kappa Kappa Gamma, guide for supporting, blah, blah, blah. Membership selection. Kappa Kappa Gamma is a single gender organization composed of women, quote, and individuals who identify as women whose governing documents do not discriminate. It's there. You can't fool us. We looked at the documents. Women have a biological reality that deserves to be protected and recognized, and we will continue to fight for the right, just as women's suffragists for decades have been told that their bodies, opinions, and safety doesn't matter, Craven wrote in an email to the outlet. But that's not what's happening here. You had a women's space, right? Protected, only women, right? And you guys changed the policy to allow membership for people who identify as women. And now it's coming to bite you in the ass. It is unclear if Kappa Kappa Gamma plans on changing its bylaws to adequately define what a woman is for potential issues in the future. Well, I think I'm going to say it. I have no hard feelings for these sorority women. I got no hard feelings for sorority. It says clear as day. Number one, let's understand what happened here. They voted this transgender person in. So they said, we want this, but they all voted, right? The person won a vote. Number two, the national organization approved it, said, okay, that person is in. Their bylaws, right? And their guidance for transgendered people said, we allow people to join who identify as women. Now you go to court and say, hey, we want you to define what a woman is. Okay, judge is like, so what? Why do I need to define it when you already allow people who identify as a woman? And this person, guess what? Identifies as a woman. Ball game. This lawsuit was frivolous. We may be talking about attorney's fees here. This lawsuit was frivolous. Based on, again, you can go to the website, people. This is on their website. This is on their website, right? Membership selection. I didn't make this up. Do I feel sorry for these young women? Yes. But they're in a situation where this is what happens when you go super woke and you go. I'm not sure if Megyn Kelly is. I'm not sure. I understand people probably have sympathy for these young women, but this organization allows this. And they're trying to blame the judge for something the judge rightfully did. The judge is correct, people. I don't care what you think. The judge is correct. Their policy allowed them in. They voted for the person to be in. They accepted the person in. And now they're trying to they have the judge renege on it. Tell me where I'm wrong in the comment section. Tell me where I'm wrong in the comment section because, I'm all, just look at my channel. You know how I feel about this. But in this instance, the trans person is right. Yell at me in the comments. My name is Nate the Lawyer. I'm out. Peace.